Hi, fans of high quality entertainment. So, this is part of my series, Does This Album Suck? Where I listen to an album suggested by my viewers. Uh, there were quite a few suggestions, and this one ended up winning. There were four at the end that were getting the most votes, and between those four, Ringo the Fourth got 44% of the votes. So, what I will say is, first of all, I love Ringo Starr. For me, he's my favorite drummer of all time. I feel that if he wasn't in the Beatles, they wouldn't have been the Beatles. His drumming was just pure magic in the Beatles. Is he the best drummer of all time? No, but I feel for me he was the greatest because he was in the Beatles. And a lot of drummers respect Ringo, and you should too. For his solo career, I enjoyed his early albums up to I guess I stopped buying his albums after Goodnight Vienna, which was good, but I just stopped buying them. And I know that through the years he's released some pretty good albums, but I don't have enough interest to buy them. But I've heard some good music by him. So I love Ringo. So get that out of the way. And so I'm going to listen to this album. Uh, I'll have a link for my Patreon so you can listen along with me if you want. But please come back to YouTube to leave your thoughts in the comment section below after I've made my decision. And, it's just my opinion, okay? You can disagree with it or not. Everybody has different opinions on music. And I know some people like this album and some people don't. And so at the end of this, what I'll do is after every song, I'll do a little mini review. And at the very end, I'll let you know my own opinion if the album sucks or not. And just remember, it's also a first listen. I did Paul McCartney's Press to Play in the Does This Album Suck series. And at the end, I said the album sucked. And then I had to listen to it again because it was ranking all of Paul McCartney's albums. And the second time, I actually liked it. And I have a pinned comment on that review. Somebody said, "You're losing credibility." No, I'm just being honest. You can not like an album the first time and then like it on the second listen. It does happen. So, I'm trying not to ramble too much, but I also wanted to show you. So this is on rateyourmusic.com. It's where it's not critics, it's actual real fans of all these groups and all that. They'll rate and review albums. So it goes from 0 to 5 for the ratings. And Ringo is his third album is at 3.38. It's the best rated. And then Time Takes Time, which I've heard, and it's very good, one of his later albums. Then 316. And so near the bottom, but it's not at the bottom, is Ringo the Fourth with a 250 rating. That's not very good. But even lower than that is What's My Name at 2.44. But the worst is Bad Boy at 2.38. All I remember from that album that I've heard is Bad Boy, oi, oi, oi. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the comments though. I'm sure some of you will like this album, and that's great. And some of you won't. Everybody has different opinions on music, and we can all still get along, I hope. Here we go. Drowning in the Sea of Love. And that was Ringo Starr drowning in a sea of love. Um, Pretty good production. I love the bass, especially near the end. The bass was awesome. Ringo's vocals, it sounds like almost like it's a first take. They're kind of he's singing it well for him, but it's a little on the rough side, I feel. Uh, but and then it's got the disco kind of because that was the era for this kind of starting with the disco music and dance music. But it was enjoyable, I will say. Next up is Tango All Night. Very commercial song. I think he sang that one a little bit better than Drowning in the Sea of Love. Catchy chorus. Okay, next is Wings. Was that written by Paul McCartney? I'm going to do some, I'll see the credits to see who wrote what here. So this is called Wings. That's my least favorite song so far, and that was co-written by Ringo. The chorus is kind of mediocre, for me. Okay. Gave It All Up is next. A long way from a day in the life, I tell you. I can't help laughing, kind of chuckling at some of the lyrics. That song kind of dragged a bit for me. So since this on vinyl is probably 5 songs per side, so this would be probably the last song on side 1. Out on the Streets. Oh, Lord. So the lyrics weren't very good. But the music was. The music was, for that era, it was a good dancey song. So there was good and bad with that. We flip over the vinyl. And first up is She Can Do It Like She Dances. Oh, God help us all. 4 more to go. Sneaking Sally through the alley. Now, is that Robert, what's his name, song? So far, I don't know how I'm gonna, can't say too much. I don't want to say too much. Here we go with Sneaking Sally Through the Alley. Take it away, Ringo. Now, I didn't care for the end with Ringo, the end part with Ringo, but overall, That's probably the best song on the album so far for me. It was catchy, written by Alan Toussaint, is it pronounced? And Robert Palmer's the guy I was thinking of. I think he had an album by that name. So I don't know if he did this song too. Next up is It's No Secret. Yeah, it was okay. Uh, I think he does better on the more upbeat songs, the ones with a better, more of a tempo. Two more to go. God help us all. Gypsies in Flight. That actually wasn't too bad, being serious. Really nice background vocals. Of the slower songs, that was the best one. And we end it with a simple love song. So it doesn't sound like it's going to be upbeat either. Here we go. No, 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 no. Okay. Lord, where do I begin? Okay. Now, at this time, poor Ringo, he was, for quite a few years, he was drinking too much and doing other things too much. And, his solo career just kind of tanked, sadly. He needed better, like, I guess Ringo and that Vinny Poncia, or whatever his name is, they wrote most of these songs. And they're just, they're not strong songs. The lyrics are just, for the most part, mediocre. They're not very good. His vocals were, it's Ringo. He's got a personality. He's not the greatest singer, but I've always enjoyed his vocals with the Beatles. His vocals on this album aren't as good, but, they're still acceptable, I guess. The music, for the most part, was professional and the production was pretty good for that time. My favorite songs were Drowning in the Sea of Love, Out on the Streets, Sneaking Sally Through the Alley, and Gypsies in Flight. Now, as for does this album suck? It's either yes or no. And the answer is no. No, it doesn't suck. In order for it to suck, it would have to be bad. And, for the most part, none of these songs are like god awful. They're just kind of average or a bit below average. They're not Ringo Starr quality. I've heard, more, some of his later albums, some songs, and they were much better quality than these. But, there's going to be people that just think this album is dreadful, and I can see that. And there's going to be people that actually like this album, and I can see that too. I would never, I can see why I never had an interest in it back in the day, and I still don't. But it was interesting to hear it. It was a mediocre album for Ringo, for me, but it didn't suck, So that's my opinion on Ringo the Fourth. I would love your thoughts in the comments section below. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.